So I've been struggling with this idea of manifesting. What what does manifesting mean? And I kind of grew up in a New Thought community. This is not any kind of news to me, and it always just felt like people grasping for magic in the world, and not that there's anything wrong with that. Like the world is full of magic. Um, you know, in ways we don't expect. But I definitely, the kind of law of attraction, if you focus on it, you like feel really positive about it, like bring it into fruition. And it doesn't, that's not a thing that like resonates for me at all. That just does not seem like how stuff works. If you wish really hard enough, positively enough, with enough enthusiasm that you'll get a thing. Um, and I was having a conversation with a person named Emily from another YouTube channel. And I suddenly realized, like, as we were talking about it, that really, like, manifest is really just a different word for love. When you love something, you don't need to have it. It's like being a parent almost. You love your kids, you cherish them, you embrace like all their little nuances. You just you feel they're so amazing as their own little people, and you don't need to have them. It's not like grasping. It's not possessive. It's just this incredible like unconditional acceptance of who they are, who they're gonna be. You love them when they're little potatoes, and they don't do anything, and then they're two, and they love cars, and then they're 10, and they're into Pokemon, and you can tell I have a boy. Um, but every piece, every part, every path along the journey, you love them exactly as they are, where they're at, and you remember you love them from their past, and then you love where they're going, and it's just like it's all this love like at once. And I finally just had this moment of like, oh, what if that's what that is? What if manifesting is really a different word for love? Instead of thinking about manifesting, instead of having a thing, instead of, the grasping, the holding, what if it's just like, I am thinking about whatever it is or whoever, you know, whatever idea, and you love it so much. What do we do when we love a thing? We give it our loving, you know, non-judgmental attention, just like this very pure focus. When we fall in love with a person, when we love our children, when we fall in love with like a project, and you kind of get in the flow of things, and you almost commune with it, and you just match with it. And so I'm kind of wondering if that's like if our language around manifesting is just like, language is so important. Language establishes kind of the paradigm of the way that we think about a thing. So not that I don't love the idea of wishing for a thing and hoping it comes true, but it just doesn't strike me as that's how things go. And the other interesting thing is, if that's the case, you know, that process of like cherishing a thing and loving it and supporting it, and I guess sending energy in that way, and you don't care if you have it. Um, Gosh, that's a really, like, what a crazy powerful place to be. Um, so I'm just gonna see where that goes. I'm I'm being like, I'm feeling really pulled towards, you know, um, being more in a living space of myself, and um, being more loving towards other people, less judgmental because I'm not gonna lie, I've been a petty bitch and it's been fun, but also, I actually work at a job where I have bosses where I have messed things up so bad. Um, like I've gone into their office and been like, yeah, so about this thing that I did, and also I totally get if you need to fire me, but what can we do right now so that I can fix it? And then they're so amazing. They have never held it over my head. They're never like, remember that dumb thing you did a year ago? And I'm like, eh. Like they don't bring up like old stuff. Like they're focused on like what we need to get done. They're focused on the future. Like that is the past. They're going to trust that I have learned my lesson. And I really had this moment of like, wow, I really wish I were like that in a relationship. One of the areas I struggle with is like I do hold on to things. In fact, I had a little confab with my child's father, is technically my ex-husband. And I said, hey, I'm getting some feedback and I wanted to get your opinion. Does this sound accurate? And he was like, nah, that's not my experience, but I will say you don't let go of things. And I was like, yeah, that's a fair thing to say. Um, and so, I definitely for myself, I want to move into a place of like love and acceptance and support and like, letting things be, like letting things go. Um, And then so I was having this conversation with Emily, and it was like, oh, what does manifesting mean? And I felt real resistance to that concept and it's maybe just because I'm in this space of like, what does unconditional love feel like for me? What does it feel like when I love people unconditionally? What does it feel like when I love like a thing or a process or, something non-person out in the world? What does it feel like to be in that heart space, in that head space? I'm usually very analytical, and I'm like making a list and I'm writing things down, and I want to like cross-reference concepts and to just kind of be in a like a letting go space and a space of surrender and a space of trust and faith. Like that is, ooh, that's definitely an area for me to work on. And I guess there's that idea that if you trust people, you have faith in people, but also having trust and faith in yourself, like that you'll get like this really beautiful connection. So I guess I just want to right now explore the idea of like what that feels like. I know I've read like official spiritual people, they're like, you just think about the people you love. And honestly, if you think about it, prayer itself is a way of loving a person or a situation or a thing, that may not be right in front of you. I know again that's like a lot of people kind of use prayer for manifesting, but if you really like come at it from this love angle, like trying to connect for someone's best good or someone's higher good or for an outcome or I feel like there's a real love vibe around it. So I'm gonna leave this here. Um, but yeah, that's sort of I think my intention for the near future is to kind of focus more on like getting into that love space. All right, hope you guys having a good day.